I used Kling 3.0 and also GPT Image inside of Adobe Firefly, today's sponsor, and created a fully fictional coffee brand. Now let me first show you the video that I created using these models inside of Adobe Firefly, and then we'll get into how I actually use those models to create this video. Let's take a look. Now what I did is, first of all, I wanted to create a kind of like a mood and a feel for this brand, and I wanted a really kind of like retro feel, and that's where GPT Image came in. And I wanted to first of all create a logo that I could then repeat across and throughout the video. So I popped into Adobe Firefly boards, and then I started looking at like different prompts that I could have, or different prompts to create logos. And this is kind of like one of my art boards where I started creating those logos just using GPT Image. You can see here they've got like my prompts down here. I kind of wanted something a little bit more coffee branded. So I kind of like started looking, and they've got this one here. It's got a coffee bean in there, and I thought that was a little bit cliche, but it does look like it's got like a little bit of the A from the Adobe coffee, which is an Adobe and Artisan coffee, just in case anyone hadn't noticed. It's a fictional brand. And then I kind of like went with this one, and I kind of like thought, you know, this is giving it a little bit more of a 70s vibe, and going from there. And then this is the one that I ended up with. And this is just me playing about with different prompts and things like that inside of here. And you can see here, this is the one that I wanted. And then I removed the background so I could then have this logo to then apply to branding. And that's exactly what we've done here, is we've then applied this to our coffee bean tin inside of Adobe Firefly boards. Now this is all good. This is a good start, you know, we've got our brand, but we now wanted to create a bit of a mood and feel inside of the boards here, so we can think about like the direction that we want to take the video. Now what I've got is I started putting together a shot list of kind of like the idea of the shots that we wanted to go with. Now in the final video I've just gone with 4 shots for now, but I wanted to kind of like get an idea of what shots we might want to actually start creating. And then from there I then started using GPT Image to then start creating these images. We can see here we've got some really cool kind of like looking images. On some of these I can click load and it'll start showing the prompts that I've used. You know, we can see here we've got the logo here that I've attached, so I wanted to make sure that that logo was added on here. And this is kind of like showing the beans being roasted. We didn't end up with that one in the final video, but then we started kind of like looking at some of these other options, you know, where we had the coffee beans, or the roasted coffee beans, pouring into a tin, and like it still had that kind of like dark retro kind of like 70s moody kind of vibe. And then, you know, we kind of like wanted to move on from there. We've got the kitchen, the vibe that we've got from the kitchen, and it kind of, I want it to feel kind of like very rustic. And this is all really good, kind of like it's an idea of how you can use Adobe Firefly boards and GPT Image. You can see on these, I've used GPT Image on all of these. You can see the little logo at the top here of what I've used. And these are the prompts that I've been using to create these images. And I was creating like a landscape version and a square version, just to kind of like build up that kind of like look and the vibe. We've got the vibe here from the kitchen of, you know, opening the tin and kind of like a bit of a mood of the steam coming from the tin. And then we've got the coffee mug being held. I thought maybe we want to have like a close-up of this comforting kind of like coffee that's just been hugged, enjoyed and relaxed. And then we've got like another shot here where I wanted the shot of this person sitting in the room and just enjoying the coffee and kind of like feeling kind of like a little bit retro, but also a little bit moody, if you like. And you know, we've got like then the end shot here, and I've got all of these shots, and I went through and picked out the ones that I wanted. So we've then got our chosen shots that we then wanted to start building this video with, and I've got those there which I could then download and add to a mood board. We can see here I've downloaded and created a few different video versions. We've got some landscape versions and also a portrait version, but here's how I actually created that inside of Adobe Firefly using Kling 3.0 Omni. Let's dive in and take a look. Now we're going to come over to generate video from the home page. You can see here what we're doing is we're choosing Omni 3.0 as the model. I've chosen a resolution of 1080p, and then we've gone for widescreen first of all. And you can see when you first start and add your first shot, it will say 5 seconds, but we can then change those variations. If we click on this drop down here, you can see we can actually change our variations up here. So we can have up to 15 seconds across multiple shots. Now you can see here I've gone with 3 seconds per shot across multiple shots. We've got 4 shots, 3 seconds per shot. We can then add in our frame. So you just click on a box here and you can add in your frame. That can be from your generated images. This is one of the images that I generated. You can see here, this is the opening frame of your video, if you like. So you need to kind of like give it an idea of where you want it to start. And then once we get down into the bottom here, this is where we can then start adding in our multiple shots. Now you can see here from this, we've got our shot direction. You can see what I've got here is we've actually added something, and what that is where we've added in elements. Now, in order to create that consistency, you're going to want to create and add in your elements. So if I click on the Elements tab here and click on Manage Elements, you can see we've got different element versions here. Now, I've got, let's say we want to go for the tin here. I've just created this as a tin. You can see from here, you've got a drop down is item, and you can add in here up to 3 different multiple angles, and then also give it a description. You can get really detailed with the elements that you can add in here. And you can see throughout those, if I click back on elements and manage elements, if I click on create new to show you what a new board looks like, you're going to add in your element here. And then once we've added in the image, you can give it a name. So I'm going to call it tin 3. You see, you can't add spaces, so you have to give it a full kind of like, you can't have spaces or characters, etc. in there. But then you choose the type of element this is. So it's either a character in your video, an item in your video, or a location in your video. So you'll be able to start building up consistency across those. And then you can add in up to 3 images. I just went with the 1 image across this, and I then didn't add in any description. And then you just click on create. But for now, I'm going to click cancel because we've already got these in here. I've actually got the tin in there too times, and also added in there the logo and also the image of the guy sitting in the chair that I wanted to add in there. And then we're just going to come along and type in our short sentences for each of our shots, adding at each of those elements. So you can see here on shot 2 we've added the tin. In shot 3 we've got the chair, which was the guy sitting in the chair, and also the tin, because I wanted to make sure that the tin was consistent throughout. And also then on shot 4, it's a closing shot with the tin, and this one kind of like worked. Sometimes when I did the vertical video, it went a little bit funny, but you can just kind of like keep tweaking these and coming back and generating them. You can see for the 4 shots that I'm creating here, it's using 480 credits, so it's going to give us an idea of what it is that we're going to be using up from our credits. You then click generate, and that's where then you get your video. And I'll play this back again for you one last time. So you can see there from this, we've got a really good consistent look and feel from all of the images that we created in GPT-2, and then used Kling 3.0 Omni to actually then create a multi-shot video that's up to 15 seconds long. I'd love for you to give this a go yourself. I'll put a link on all the details down in the description for you to try this for yourself. And if you've got any questions, drop them down in the comments as well. I'd really love to hear from you guys, to know what it is that you're using this for. And if you've got any questions, as I say, drop them down there. Click like, click subscribe, it really helps. And if you want to hype it up, that would be lovely. And until next time, thank you very much, and bye for now.